This is Modern Photo Solutions, helping you find modern solutions for life's photographic journey. Taking you from photo overwhelm to photo fabulous in just a few taps. Your story matters. It's time to start telling it. Hey everyone, welcome to Modern Photo Solutions. I'm Steph Clay, and I'm so excited to be here today. There is so much news for us to discuss today, and I am excited to share it all with you. Some of it I've been saving for a little while until I had enough to talk about, and this past week was Google I/O, and Google announced so many new and amazing things. There were, of course, some fabulous new announcements for Google Photos, which I'm really excited about, and we will cover those in a little bit. First, I want to jump into some of this other news, and I want to tell you about a new app that I tried out that is, I don't even know how to say the name, quite honestly. Why do companies do that? It's a thing. They name themselves something that you can't pronounce. It's really difficult to pronounce. And it's a trend, and so it's not good when people don't know how to say your name. It is spelled Z-N-O, and I'm saying it Zno. I'm probably wrong though. So it is a new app, and it is similar to Chatbooks, and I believe it is available on Android and iOS. And you can sync your Instagram account to it, or you can sync Facebook to it, and it will automatically print photo books for you. You can also upgrade to, it looks like a little board book where you have 24 lay flat pages for $10, and you can select your images. I'm not sure what size it is because it doesn't say in the app. And then the little timeline books, which are the books, the Instagram and Facebook timeline books, similar to Chatbooks. They actually look identical to Chatbooks. They are $10 for 100 pages. And I have ordered a book of theirs. They also, in their app, let me mention this too, you can get custom books and lay flat photo books, flush mount albums is what they're calling them, and then a press photo book. And then they have wall art, posters and prints, tabletop prints, and phone cases. So a little bit of everything. And I did place an order with them because I wanted to test it. And I believe I did a timeline photo book. I don't remember for sure. My total, I think I had a coupon for a free book, and that's what I ended up doing. Okay, I got an 8x8 lay flat, and I upgraded to a hardcover book, which would normally be $35. And they only charged me for shipping. So I had a coupon code to get it for free, and then they charged me the $10 shipping. And it looks like it's been shipped, and maybe it'll be here very soon, actually. So I will be sure to let you know what I think of that book. I know that I have talked previously on other podcasts about apps that I was trying out and the printing that I was trying out. I haven't loved anything yet. I promise you, if I love something, you will hear about it for sure. And especially if it's affordable, you will hear about it. I'll mention that later. Actually, we won't talk about that right now. So anyway, just so you know, I am checking that out. If it's something that you're interested in, feel free to message me on Instagram or on Facebook. Things get lost in my inbox. I'll be honest with you. Stuff gets lost in my inbox. But feel free to jump on social media and ask me my thoughts. It should be here any day. In fact, I will be really surprised. I'm recording this on May 23rd, and it says it was shipped on the 21st. So I'm betting before the end of the week, it will be here, and I can let you know. Another announcement, Chatbooks added 8x8 and the 8x8 size and full page photos to their lineup of books. So that's kind of exciting for Chatbooks users. And I'm sure the printing is similar to all of their other books as well. Okay, moving on, Persnickety Prints. If you haven't seen, I've been really excited to talk about this. I love printing with Persnickety, and Shari actually was on the podcast. She's one of the very first people that I interviewed on this podcast, and what a great experience it was. It's always great to visit with Shari. We speak the same geek language, and so we always enjoy being able to visit, especially about printing, because she knows that I understand it, and it's always fun. So they've done some really amazing things over there, which I'm excited about. They've had an app for a while, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, guess what? Don't use that app anymore. Instead, just go to persnicketyprints.com and use their new super friendly mobile, their super mobile friendly website. It's like an app. It works a lot like an app. And I'll tell you what, it's fast, it's slick, and it works really, really well. I actually uploaded some prints from my phone to the website just going to persnicketyprints.com using the new website. And I'll tell you what, super, super slick. I loved it. So be sure to check that out. Another thing that they've added there, if you go to the menu in the upper right hand corner, tap on that and then tap on memory pages. You can actually build some pages inside from your phone, from your device, iOS and Android, because it's just through your browser. You can build memory pages. They have different templates there that you can use to add photos or cards. They have a ton of free graphics. Super cool. And then you can just order prints right there too as well. So be sure to check them out. I have been a long time user of Persnickety Prints. In case you are new to the show, a few years ago, I printed a 12 by 12 page with 11 or 12 different companies, and rated them based on their order process and how long it took. And then, of course, print quality, which was the most important. And Persnickety Prints came out far and above all of the other printers. So I kind of love them. Okay, along the same lines of printing, Amazon Prime Photos has printing, and people have asked me if I've tried it out. And of course, I was planning on it until I found out that they use who they use. I don't remember who it is now all of a sudden. I believe it's MPS or one of those companies, but people were complaining on social media about the quality of the prints and that they just aren't that good. So I decided, you know what, if I know I'm really incredibly picky about my printing, and if average people that aren't as picky as me and probably a lot of other people that are documenting memories, if they're complaining about it, it's probably not that great. So I'm just not gonna place an order. I'm okay with that. Hopefully you are too. Let's see, what else do we have going on? From Project Life, this last month we saw app updates. For Android, some big features were added. The ability to purchase additional fonts was added to the Android version of the app, and you can find that feature in the fonts where you select your font. Then you're given the option to choose more and to purchase some of the additional fonts. That is a really exciting feature for Android users. For iOS users and Android users, the ability to order 10 by 10 prints was added to the app, and that is super exciting. That is something that I have been wanting to see for a very long time. For years, I've wanted to see 10 by 10 become a more standard size. But in order for that to happen, we needed a company that was willing to manufacture page protectors and albums in that size as well. And so Becky has announced that they will be adding those to their lineup of products in the near future. I think 10 by 10 is the perfect size, whether you're doing photo books or albums. So that is definitely exciting for people that prefer albums. We have, like I said before, a whole bunch of Google announcements. Before I jump into that, though, I do often get lots of questions about my Heart of Photo Fabulous class that I've talked about. It is my main course that I offer at Modern Photo Solutions, and it goes over the heart of my system, and that's why it's called the heart of Photo Fabulous, because it covers the heart of my system, which is my phone, the heart of my process, which is, my phone, and then the way I do things, and kind of what I've developed step by step in order to stay on top of things and organize things and be fast and efficient. And also it talks about how I found my heart through telling my own story, and gives you keys for being able to find your heart as well. I also go over ways to find time in your day and in your schedule, because I know that is the biggest battle that we all fight. So it goes on sale about once a quarter is how I work that, because I like to onboard all of my students at once, because it comes with access to a Facebook group. And so it's really nice for me to know that during this time I'm going to be onboarding students, and I need to be in there several times a day to approve people. And then for the rest of the quarter, I don't have to worry about that. I really like bringing in a whole bunch of people that are starting at the same time. It's worked out great, but I do get questions about when it's going to be going up for sale, and people missed the last time and can they get it again? And so, like I said, it goes up about every quarter. The last time it went up was in April. I'm not going to have it go up in the middle of summer at all, but if you've been waiting for it, here is the deal. I do have a new class that I'm hoping to have ready to go for sale right after Memorial Day. And it is later than what I wanted it to be. I wanted to have it up for sale actually last week. But my son was sick, and I'm sure if you get newsletters and read the newsletters, he was in and out of the hospital for 3 weeks. He was in the hospital 3 different times over 3 weeks. And so that slowed me down, of course, because I kind of put everything on hold while we got his health issues figured out and straightened out. And I'm very happy to report that he is healthy again. Knock on wood, it'll stay that way for a while. He does struggle with health issues. So the new class that I've gotten put together, like I said, will hopefully be up for sale right after Memorial Day. And this class is a project management kind of a class. And it's all about a process and a system that I figured out through much trial and error, years of trial and error of trying to figure out a way to keep track of what's been done and what hasn't. Because for a long time, I saved all of my pages into folders, and I knew what had been done and what hadn't, and it was fine with me. But as I'm looking at all of my photos, I'm realizing that I do have a lot of big gaps in my documenting of our family story and for my kids as well. And so I'm a very visual person, and I needed a way to be able to lay all of that out. And the other reason that I ended up figuring this whole process out is because with my daughter's mission, I had photos all over the place. I save all of my photos, they're all backed up, but every once in a while I would get a text from somebody in her mission with a photo, and then emails, and then the mission blog, and there were photos everywhere that I was pulling and saving so that I would have them. And they were kind of in different places, and I would work on a page and be done with it, and then photos would get posted to the mission blog. And I thought I was done with that time period, and now I got to go back. And anyway, I figured out a way to track where I was working on this mission album for her, because I spent so much time. Every time I would sit down to work on it, I would spend so much time just trying to remember where I was. Okay, where did I leave off? What photos have I done? Which months, which emails, which everything. And I do keep my stuff organized, really organized, but it would take me 30 minutes to get that figured out. To me, 30 minutes is a really long time, because I look at how many pages I could have done in 30 minutes. And if my pages are taking me 2 to 3 minutes a page, that is a lot of pages that could have been done in that time that I spent trying to figure out where I needed to pick up. So I figured out a great way to track it, and I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to share more details with you, but I'm going to wait just in case I don't get this class done in time, which I really want to have it done in time. But just in case I don't have it done in time, I'm going to make you wait to hear more details about what apps and tools and everything that I'm using. I can't wait for you to hear more about it because I really think it's going to make a difference for people. This is something that I know a lot of people struggle with, and it's a problem that I've seen everywhere. I've seen it on boards, on social media, in my inbox, in my private messages, and even text and phone calls from people that have struggled with this and do struggle with this and just feel so overwhelmed by trying to get it organized and track it that they don't get started. And I don't want that to be anyone's problem at all. And so hopefully this will be successful for a lot of people. I think it's a great, great solution. And if it's not a perfect solution for you, it will give you some ideas of adjustments that you can make, or at least a foundation where you can make adjustments off of it to fit your life and your process and your style of storytelling and documenting. All of that to say that this new course will be sold in a bundle with the Heart of Photo Fabulous. And so if you buy the bundle, then you will get the new class and the Heart of Photo Fabulous as well together. And there will be a bonus for people that buy the Heart of Photo Fabulous and this new class together. And that bonus will be retroactive. And so anybody that is a current student of Heart of Photo Fabulous, if they buy the new class, then they will get the bonus as well. That is something that I like to do. I really like to take care of my course students from the Heart of Photo Fabulous that have invested the most amount of money with me. I want to take care of them. And so they often get the biggest discounts on any of my classes. If I am able to give them a bigger discount than my newsletter, I absolutely do that for them. And then I work really hard to make sure that I don't sell any of my classes with coupons or anything like that that would be less than what those Heart of Photo Fabulous students have paid. And another way that I try to take care of my Heart of Photo Fabulous students is I've started doing some Facebook Lives. I started doing Facebook Lives a long time ago, actually. And I had plans and intentions of doing more right after my daughter got home from her mission, but then we had these health issues that came up. And so I haven't been able to do any. However, I am going to be recording with one of my Heart of Photo Fabulous students tonight, and she is going to be talking about her process and what exactly from the class helped her and maybe what she's changed up a little bit to help her find her own flow and her own process and to get a lot of pages done. She has been able to get, I think, about 300 pages done since taking my class or going through it for the first time in January. So that is something I'm going to record with her tonight, and then we will broadcast it as a Facebook Live in the Facebook groups, and she and I will be on hand to answer questions, which we're really excited about. Please know when you look at the descriptions for my classes, there's always going to be I really try hard to take care of my students. And another thing that people probably don't know about my classes, a couple other things that people don't know, is that when you buy one of my classes, it also includes any future additions or updates that I make to that class. Even my QR code class that I launched a while back, that class is a $15 class, but if I make any additions or changes to that class, it's automatically included if you've purchased it. And I actually, after that initial launch with that class after the coupon codes had expired and everything, I did add 2 more lessons to that class because someone came to me with questions and I thought, oh, I should have included that. And so I just put together some videos and put them in there. That makes it sound like it was super fast and easy. No, it's not. It takes a while, but they're in there now. And so I really do try to take care of people. You won't have to purchase the same class down the road. The other thing that is really important to know, and I don't think I did a very good job communicating this in the past, is that the Android versions of my class are actually filmed on an Android device. It's not filmed on an iOS device and then I tell you how to change it and make it work for Android. It is actually the full process and everything on an Android device. My new class that will be coming out next week, the class is for Android and iOS, and it's just one version of the class. A lot of the class is done on computer, and then some of it is done on devices. And I just filmed different sections, an iOS version and an Android version, and they are both in the same class. And so if you're an iOS user, you just won't watch the Android version. And if you're an Android user, you won't watch the iOS version. But the apps that I'm using for this class and that I use for my process actually work almost exactly the same on iOS and Android, which never happens. I am learning. That surprised me. Like, I would have thought Google Photos and Dropbox, stuff like that, would work the same on Android and iOS. No, they don't. But this app that I'm going to be using, that I will introduce to everyone in my new class, works almost identically on either platform. Let's jump into the Google Photos announcements. This is so exciting. And if you are a student of any of my classes, you got this information quite a while ago. One of my students alerted me to it, and then I went through the article with a fine-tooth comb and summarized all of the features for everybody and when they were suspected to launch, and put that in a post in all 3 of my Facebook groups, which are, I have an Android version of the Heart of Photo Fabulous Facebook group for those students that have purchased that class. I have an iOS version of that same Facebook group. And then there is the Photo Fabulous Finishers Facebook group that is for people that have finished the the Photo Fabulous First Step class that's all about Google Photos. Once you finish that to 100%, you should get an email saying, way to go, you finished it, and here's the link to the Facebook group. And then I just go through and double check that you're at 100% and add you to the group after you request it. So I added this information into all 3 of those groups, and now I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. But if you want the most current information on these apps, then being in the Facebook group is where you want to be. I do this for Google Photos updates for iOS and Android. I try to watch it very carefully. And if there's anything major, I update that in the Photo Fabulous Finishers group. And then same with the Project Life app for Android or iOS. I detail whenever there's an update for those. I detail those out in the Facebook groups as well. Okay, are you ready? Suggested sharing. This is a new feature that will be rolling out on iOS and Android in the quote coming weeks, is how they put it. And this will basically recognize people's faces in there and then suggest that you share those photos with those people. There will be a new suggested sharing tab along the bottom of the app, is where I'm assuming it is, because that's where the other tabs are, unless they really shuffle things around. But a new suggested sharing tab. And I posted a commercial actually that Google Photos made on the Modern Photo Solutions Facebook page. I shared it there, and it is really super funny because it talks about these great photos that you take of people and then how you were an awful person because you never share them. That's me. That's totally me. I can't believe how many photos because I always think I'm going to edit them. I'm going to make them perfect. That's how I used to think. I'm going to make them perfect and then I'll share them. Well, when I was shooting with an SLR, transferring the photos, getting them into Lightroom, editing all of them, and then getting them to people, never happened. I'm much better now that I'm iPhone only about sharing, but I still forget. So I'm going to love this feature, suggested sharing. The next feature, everybody that has wondered how they can get photos to family members without being logged into the same account, this is for you. This is called shared libraries. And it will allow us to set up sharing rules to automatically share specific photos with specific people. For example, I can set up a share rule that any photos that are of my kids are automatically shared with my husband or automatically shared with grandparents. I can also go in and set it so that any photo taken of my oldest daughter, for instance, is automatically shared with her. I'm so excited about this because when she came home from her mission and she was introduced to Google Photos for the first time and was looking at all of the photos of herself, a lot of them that she hadn't ever seen before. She said, I want all these photos. How can I get them? Ding, ding, ding. Guess what? Now she can have them once this rolls out. And this is another one that will be rolling out on iOS, Android, and the web in the next few weeks. Okay, no surprise to anybody. A lot of people have wondered how Google Photos was going to be able to keep this feature free. I suspected there would be a photo book component to it. I've wondered if possibly there might be prints as well, but so far, the announcement that we had last week was photo books. Google will offer both 7-inch soft cover and 9-inch hardcover books. And Google Photos will pick 40 photos that it thinks are the best and automatically create a book for you. Or you can also create your own. The softcover books are $9.99 for 40 photos, I believe. 20 pages. Sorry, I'm looking that up right now. It's 7-inch square, 20 pages for $9.99, and it's 35 cents for each additional page. The hardcover book is $19.99, 9 inches square for 20 pages, and it's 65 cents for each additional page. I absolutely will be ordering one of these as soon as I'm done recording today, and I'll let you know what I think on the quality as soon as I get it, because I think that this is a great idea. I think it's a great product for them to add. It's smart. It's a no-brainer. It looks a little bit like Chatbooks, but their pictures on their site looks like it might be better, higher quality printing maybe than Chatbooks. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how it's going to compete with all of the other fast photo books that are on the market. I'm hoping that it's a higher quality print. I would love that. Okay, this last feature is my favorite feature, and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so if you've been a listener on the podcast for any amount of time, you might have heard me talk about how I believe that in the future, Google Photos will add technology where it can read text in photos and things like that. I had no idea the technology that Google was working on that would be able to be integrated with Google Photos. It's called Google Lens. And it's so mind-blowing. Like my brain can't even totally wrap around it. I don't know if you guys remember how you felt the first time you heard about the iPhone and apps. Like I couldn't wrap my brain around all of the possibilities with that. And that's exactly how I feel about Google Lens. So it's artificial intelligence, machine learning, and it tells you things about the content of your photos. So it turns your camera lens into almost like an encyclopedia, a map, a phone book, like all of these amazing things. It also will integrate with photos, and so you'll be able to do the same thing with your photos that you've already taken. So one of the examples that they used was if you're looking at a screenshot that you saved of a company's website and there's a phone number on it, you'll be able to just tap that phone number and it'll be live and dynamic and clickable, and you can call from that. If you have a photo of another example that they used was a photo of a marquee that was like a concert, a band, and dates. And from that photo, it pulled up ticket sales information, location information, and asked if you wanted that event to be added to your calendar. I know. From a photo. Let's remember that. A JPEG. It's a JPEG. It's a photo, and it pulled up all of that information from the photo. Yeah. It's crazy. Another thing that it says that it will be able to do is that the algorithms will be able to generally clean up and enhance photos. For example, if you're taking a picture of your child's baseball game through a chain link fence, Google will remove the fence for you. Yeah. Yes, it's the truth. That's what they said. Or if you take a photo in low light conditions, Google could automatically enhance the photo to make it less pixelated and less blurry. What? Yeah, I mean, Assistant already does some pretty cool things for me with photos. On Saturday, I took some photos and it was a little dark. It was outside, palm trees. It was a little dark. Sissy automatically edited that for me and it was beautiful. It was bright, crisp greens and blues. So it'll be interesting to see how different this is, but to make a photo that's taken in the dark, less pixelated and blurry, hey, and if you can clean up the noise for me too, I would be one happy camper. No dates were announced when they announced Google Lens's integration into Google Photos, but I have since seen, since the announcement, that they're saying later this year, which is kind of a bummer because it's not going to be for several months. Instead of the coming weeks, we're looking at months, and maybe it'll end up being pushed out to next year too. I'm excited about it. I think there are a lot of things to be excited about with this new technology, and anything that helps us document and tell stories, and anything that's automated, I love. And so how I'm seeing this being integrated into documenting and telling stories is the search abilities that Google Lens is going to make possible in Google Photos, I think will be even more amazing. So I think that we'll be able to search on text within a photo. I think if we know we have a sign that says, I don't know, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we search on that sign, Jackson Hole, I think it'll come up. That's where I think we're headed with this. I'm excited about it. And so then also for people like me that are doing Project Life on their phone and want to have their Project Life cards in Google Photos to be able to easily pull from, and I need a card that says friend, I'll be able to search on friend. It will be able to read friend in all of the cards that says friend and pull that up for me as well. I really think that's where we're headed. I don't think that it's outside of the realm of possibility that will roll out when Google Lens rolls into Google Photos. I'll leave a link in the notes for this show, which, by the way, can be found at modernphotosolutions.com. And then just click on podcast and this episode, and then you'll be able to find links right there. And then if you want to read the transcripts, there's a link to the transcripts right there as well. There's also links to listen to the podcast if you want. But I will put a link to all of the announcements that Google made. I went through a blog post on their blog and I stopped reading at number 50, announcement number 50 of new technology. Some of it is way over my head because I'm not an app developer and I'm not a programmer. I just sometimes think nerdy like one, but I am not one. And so I don't understand all of it, but there's really cool stuff. Guys, I'm so excited, if you can tell that. So it's amazing. I am so happy to be living in this day and time where we have amazing technology that can do wonderfully incredible things. One more thing that I want to talk about is I am currently looking for people that are working on older projects that have figured out a way to go through and decide, are you going to work on a year at a time, a grade at a time? How are you including scanned images? How are you deciding what photos you're going to include? How many pages are you doing for each year? All of that kind of stuff. I would love to hear. If you've figured that out and you are doing that, tell me what you're doing. And here's how you do it. You go to speakpipe.com. Speakpipe. SPEAK, P as in Paul, I, P as in Paul, E.com /Modern Photo Solutions. And you can leave me a voicemail right there. You can do it from your computer and be able to just record from your computer. You can plug a headset in if you want to so that it sounds more crisp and clear, but you don't have to. You could also download the SpeakPipe app and then go to that link in your web browser, it will open the app, and you can use the app to record a voicemail for me. I am looking for that, and I am also looking for people that are using Chatbooks to document. I want to know what you're using them for, what your process is, how you're using them, and if you're doing other documenting to go along with that, tell me that as well. Again, speakpipe.com/modern photo solutions. And I will leave a link to that in the show notes as well. They have a little widget thing that I can put in my sidebar. I'm not sure that I'm ready to do that yet, but I totally will put a link in the show notes so that you can access it easily. It's a lot easier to remember Modern Photo Solutions because that's the name of the podcast. Just go there, find this podcast episode, and then tap the link and you can leave me a message. I would love to hear your input. And these are 4 future podcast episodes that I'm working on that I would love to have some audience members participation and be able to play your recordings for everyone else to hear. So share your wisdom with us. If you have some experiences and help and wisdom that you could share with us, I would love to hear it. So please come and share. Okay, I think that's all for today. And there's a lot going on, and I have a lot that I'm trying to fit in the next couple of weeks before going on a vacation with my family. And so hopefully I'll be able to get it all done, but I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to hear your messages because I love hearing other people's systems and processes and workflows and ideas, things that have worked for them, people's successes. I love hearing it. So share it with us. We would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing some of your time out of your day with me. I appreciate it so much. And we will see you next time on Modern Photo Solutions.